A major milestone was surpassed this weekend. LeBron James has now the second most points ever scored in the NBA, passing Karl Malone. Do you think his focus in the rest of this season is on personal accolades or team goals?
Just being a professional. When I go to the Bulls, Jacoby, and it's February and they have 9 wins, I could do 2 things: complain about being there, ask not to be there, or don't play. I chose to play 83 games. You got to find professional motivation to go out there and be really competitive, especially when you're an all-time great like LeBron James and people are showing up to come and watch and pay and watch you play every night. And so he looks for all types of motivation. And I would be motivated to be number 1 on the scoring list, wouldn't you?
Of course. He's got
Exactly.
a couple thousand more points to get there, but I also think he's got his eye on points per game leader, scoring champion this year. I think that'd be another great notch for his resume to say, at 37 years old, I was also the scoring champ. So every time you want to compare with Michael Jordan, let's remember that as well.
See, no.
We're not doing this to Jalen. We've done hours of Jalen of LeBron versus Jordan. We're not doing a second on it today. We're going to move on to 2 teams that are actually relevant in this year's playoffs, not the Lakers. We're talking about the Raptors and the 76ers. 76ers had a nice, comfortable 16-point cushion, and then in the fourth quarter, it was the Raptors who came storming back, and it came down to this one play from James Harden. Dribbles to his right, goes up, right elbow, right into the face of Boucher. He gets called for the foul. The Sixers lose the game. This could be a potential matchup in the first round, Jalen Rose. Did the Raptors send a message?
And yes, and I want to tell you a dirty secret. So all great players and teams have weaknesses. And I'm going to introduce you to what Philadelphia's is going to be and what people are going to look to exploit. James Harden on the ball. Joel Embiid's man is the screener. Pick and roll defense involving those 2 guys. That's what you're going to see all of the top teams try to do. And you say, well, you can hide James Harden. Well, if you really look at the top teams, each of them have 2 or 3 players that can initiate offense. The Bucks, the Heat, and the Nets. So ain't no hiding. The Celtics, ain't no hiding. You saw yesterday with the Raptors, ain't no hiding. And so this is going to be great to see as, yes, if these 2 teams were in a series, I would pick the Sixers to win, because I would anticipate Joel Embiid will play better offensively than he did yesterday. But this is going to be a closer matchup if they play than people realize, based on exactly what I just said.
Another team in the Eastern Conference that every single game is just, again, creating and building their campaign to be considered as a potential Eastern Conference champion. That is the Boston Celtics. They hosted Jokic and the Nuggets yesterday, and the Celtics did what they do. They played great defense. They had a huge lead at halftime, and in this one, Jalen and Jason each had 30 to combine for 60. But something I want to talk to you about happened to start the second half. Mike Malone was not happy with the way that his Nuggets played in the first half. So what he did in the second half is put all of the starting 5 of the Nuggets on the bench and had the subs start the second half. Mr. Rose, take us behind the curtain. Have you ever seen something like that happen? What sort of a message is he sending?
Absolutely. And the first message you're sending is you're disappointed in the starters. But here's the second message, and it's played out at Philadelphia, that you believe in your bench. You know what I'm saying? Like Will Barton, whether he's in or the starting lineup or coming off the bench, and obviously Monte Morris. We saw Bones have a big game in Philly. And Boogie has had his moments as well. So again, you're getting waxed. You want to try something different. I understand it, but I want to celebrate the Celtics. And before we go on to the next topic, it's like this. Did people say that they should break up Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum this season?
Not on this show. Not on this show. Not on this show.
Like seriously, like there's certain things that you shouldn't be able to get away with saying as it talks about this holy grail of the game of basketball. And there's no way you're going to draft, trade, or acquire a player better than Jaylen Brown. And so the idea that you're going to break him and Tatum up, a young duo that's been in multiple Eastern Conference Finals, then played basically with Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker, Kyrie Irving, Dennis Schroeder, and now Marcus Smart, and still finding ways to be successful. It's great to see Ime Udoka doing a terrific job.
It really is. I think the Celtics could win the Eastern Conference.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.